7 minutes after 9 o'clock. I apologize for running a little bit late right there. We were kind of distracted. We had a lot of food brought into the studio.
Yeah, we did.
So it kind of distracted us a little bit.
Takes priority. No, not really.
There's a few things that come together in this next interview for me. I love music. Big fan of the Beatles, and at least two of them are going to be mentioned in the course of this conversation. Not to drop names, but I guess to drop names. Nothing wrong with dropping names, really, if it's helping out a good cause. I don't think. There's a really good cause that we're going to talk about, and a really sad story behind the cause. Almost want to cry when I read this. Kevin Black is on the phone. He is an accomplished singer and songwriter, and he is also the father of Courtney. Courtney is no longer with us in this world anyway. She died at the age of 16 of complications from Rett syndrome. And Kevin has teamed up with a friend named Dave Clements, who is a freelance photographer, and they have created a book, if I understand this right. Clements had taken concert photographs of more than 200 musicians. In each of the photographs, the musician is raising a hand. And they got permission from those musicians to use those photographs in an upcoming book called Raising a Hand, a photographic music festival with a cause. And that cause is, of course, to find a way to raise awareness and eradicate Rett syndrome. Kevin Black, good morning, sir. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Robin.
Where are you? Where are you calling?
Good morning, Florida.
Where are you?
I am calling, I'm sitting on my deck.
Your deck.
You need longitude and latitude?
Yeah.
No, I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas right now.
In Little Rock, and on the deck. That sounds like a nice place to be in Little Rock.
Well, it's I would be in bed if I didn't have this interview.
Well, thank you for being on the air. Your brother is Clint Black, is that right?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, just make sure I have all my notes here correct. How long ago did Courtney pass away?
She died in 2003.
My goodness, that must
that
be.
Was a.
That's
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that's got to be a hard thing to. I even hate asking you because it's like I'm bringing you back to that point, and you don't want to be there.
Well, I haven't been able to leave that point because since that time, for over a decade now, we immediately launched into fundraising and raising awareness for the cause. And, we wanted to do something really meaningful for Courtney's life, to be able to help so many other people at whatever level we could get to, and over a decade we've gotten pretty far, and we've been able to actually educate a lot of the medical community around the nation that unfortunately didn't know about Rett because it was so rare, and a lot of the girls were being misdiagnosed, and so they couldn't get the proper care to help them maintain a more comfortable and stable life.
Do you know, I wanted to ask you about that. You said the girls. Is this a girl-specific disease?
It is. And the boys can't survive birth it's a gene mutation.
Okay.
And so there are some boys with Rett, but they're very few.
All right, so help educate us a little bit. I want to talk about the fundraiser and how we can help, but I kind of want to know what Rett syndrome is. What is it?
Well, the Reader's Digest version is that the girls are born and appear to be normal at birth. Now the gene is already mutated in the pre-birth, but they learn how to walk and they learn how to talk and feed themselves, and somewhere around 18 to 24 months, the characteristics of Rett start to show up, and depending on the severity of the characteristics is how fast they regress, and all their social skills and motor skills that they've obtained at that point slowly regress.
Oh my goodness.
And then they regress back to infancy, and they lose the ability to talk and walk and have any meaningful use of their hands.
Oh, wow. It must have been heartbreaking for you and your wife when Courtney started showing symptoms.
Yeah, the symptoms initially are just, they're very slow, And so you start to get concerned about it and go to the doctor, and the doctor says, the ones that aren't familiar with RIT, they just say that, it's everything's going to be fine. Your child is just lazy. And so then whenever the vocabulary starts to drop off, and that was pretty alarming. And then the other developments of it, it's just one of those things that, unfortunately, there's so many people out there with so many issues that some of them that I ran across in group therapy, I was wondering why I was even there, because there are so many other severities in life that children have, but it's still a crushing blow, and it affects, it extends out way beyond family.
Was Courtney able to speak? Was she able to learn?
Yeah, she had about a 15-word vocabulary by the time she started dropping off, and then of course there's there's a lot of collateral damage due to the maintaining her health. They end up with scoliosis, they end up with intestinal issues, and just all kinds of things. It's pretty bad, and I apologize, y'all. I don't know how much time I have to be able to get my message across, but
well, you
could help me.
Well, yeah, we want to do that. We have another 15 minutes, but we have a song also we're going to play, at least some of it, and I'm just curious about that. Let me see, where are my notes from? What is the name of that song? It's called A Tear for You. Is that your song?
It is.
Oh, okay.
It's a song that I actually wrote for Courtney, and but you won't hear Courtney's name in the song. I wanted to write it universally, so that, because we all have our losses, and I wanted people to be able to. And it's not just a outright tear-jerking song.
Right.
It's pretty emotional if you know the story, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel in the song all the way through.
Okay.
So,
Kevin, we need to take a little break. When we come out of the break, I want to play the song, but I also want to ask you about the book, because it sounds like a book that I really would love to see. First of all, I'm a big music fan, so I would like to see it for that. And then I was wondering if there was a way to even expand on that idea of raising your hand. I don't know, maybe some kind of an ice bucket challenge type of thing where people raise their hand on a video and...
Yes.
And donate money.
I have a wonderful challenge already in mind.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we can go to that. Yeah.
Okay, so let's take that break and be right back, and we'll also make sure that we play the song. You're listening to WOCA. We'll be right back with Kevin Black.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Mix of sun and clouds today with a shower thunderstorm in the afternoon. High of 86 to 88, and it's still a shower thunderstorm in the area tonight. Low 70 to 76. Partly sunny, a thunderstorm or two tomorrow with a high of 86 to 88. Couple thunderstorms in the area Wednesday, along with some sunshine and a high of 84 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Central Florida Eye Institute is the area's leader in laser vision correction. From high-definition refraction surgery and LASIK vision correction to custom cataract, glaucoma, and diabetic treatment, you can count on Dr. Crowley and his effective, friendly staff to provide you with the quality care you deserve. Call 352-237-8400 for an appointment or more information. That number again is 352-237-8400. Looking forward to service your vision needs.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
It's the sound of whirring drills and slurping suction and scratching scalers that cause many of us to panic in a dentist chair. Don't miss this. It's so simple. Standing more can help you lose a significant amount of weight. One of the all-time most hated lines by women, "Feel my shirt." Do you know what that feels like? Boyfriend material.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. Sounds like we've got a lot of ground to cover in just 13 minutes, so let's do our best and try to cover the ground. The important thing is that we get the word out about how we can help ourselves. This is true. And whenever you're trying to help out scientists and doctors figure out a cure for any disease, do you know you're helping out yourself? You're helping out mankind. When somebody happens to have connections with celebrities and you can raise awareness because of that celebrity, it is a real blessing that those celebrities agree to do whatever is being asked of them. And if you happen to be a celebrity, thank you whenever you've stood up for any of these challenges. Kevin Black is one of those celebrities. His brother Clint, also another one. And we're going to find out about the book that they've created. But first, I want to play the song. Kevin, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We won't play the whole song, but just a little bit of, I want to hear what it sounds like. I just got it this morning, so I was able to download it and put it onto the computer here. So let's just check it out a little bit. This is the song. It's called A Tear for You, Kevin Black. That is a very emotional song, Kevin. Obviously, in the interest of trying to get the message out, we'll cut the song short. But wow, how many people can relate to that song right there? For who knows how many reasons. But knowing Kevin's story of his daughter Courtney, just you feel it right away. Kevin, thank you for sharing that with us. All right. Now there is a fun part to this serious conversation. We have a serious disease we want to eradicate, and Kevin has hooked up with Dave Clements. From what I understand, Dave is one of those photographers that shows up everywhere. Is that right?
He does, and I'm also a photographer, and I had the honor of trying to go head to head with Dave on the artist that we shot, and I shot. In fact, it's one of the cool things is that of course Clint is he has been very instrumental in our success in both the last decade and actually the book as well.
Okay.
And my other brother Brian is in the music business, and both of my sons and my nephew are. So
oh my goodness,
we have a section in the book. It's actually the middle of the book where I got to photograph my entire family for the book. So that's pretty interesting.
Did the celebrities in the book, did the musicians in the book raise their hands specifically for the book, or did the photographs exist before?
Well, some of the photographs existed before, and it was one of those things where Dave and I needed to expand and get the word out further than just locally in Houston. And so one of the things that he had been doing is shooting for the Houston Livestock Show Rodeo and taking pictures of all these stars. And he noticed that they all had something in common, and that is that they're very animated with their hands. And so when we came up with the idea of raising a hand for the book, then that's when we started specifically shooting the artist for the book with their hands raised. Now, it does go to say that there's a lot of the artists in the book that we contacted before we actually shot them, and they specifically raised their hand during their concert.
So Paul McCartney's in there. Jimmy Buffett is a friend of this station and of the show. So Jimmy Buffett's in the book too, it says here.
Jimmy Buffett's in the book. We had with B.B. King's in it. So we covered all genres.
There you go. So we buy the book, and the proceeds from the sale of the book go to help out the cause?
If you go to raisingaHand.com,
okay,
or the website, you can actually see the why the book is in. We developed it. To me, it's like a gift from God that we manufactured here on Earth, and it's such well, I can't even begin to tell you how neat it is to have so many artists come on board. Dolly Parton, she just poured her heart out and said, "You let me know there's anything that I can do to help, I'll help."
Wow.
You were telling us also that you have a challenge, a special challenge.
Oh, well, yeah. What we were hoping to do is once we actually launch our national campaign, which I guess has started this morning, is to have you remember the bucket challenge, obviously the ice bucket challenge.
Right.
So I thought about having because this is a musical. And the book is about artists live on stage, is to have people around the nation videotape themselves either lip sync into a song and raising a hand or rocking out somehow and do what artists do when they're performing live, and do a short 30-second clip of them either air guitaring, raising their hand, or singing behind the song, raising their hand. And just having fun with it.
Oh,
I
wow,
actually
okay.
did the bucket challenge. It was a lot of fun.
All right. So how many people have done that so far? If we do it,
Well, we haven't kicked that off yet.
Okay, well, we'll do it. We're gonna. We want to be first. But if somebody
Yes.
beats us to it, then we won't complain, because ultimately. and so what we'll do is, I mean, do you think this should be in the same spirit as the bucket, where we go, all right, now I challenge you to play or to lip sync and raise your hand and send $20 or something. Is that the way this would work?
Yeah, well, it would probably be instead of. I mean, anybody can donate anything that they can give. But I mean, if they were to do a bucket the raising a hand challenge, and basically it is if you do, you do. If you don't, you buy a book.
Oh, gotcha.
And,
Okay.
or you
All
can
right.
buy a book anyway.
All right. Raisingahand.com. I just went to the website and I'm looking at the slideshow showing a lot of the artists who have already participated in this.
Is that where we send it? Is to your website?
Yeah. Where do we send the video? That's a good question.
It's in the mail. Is that what you asked me?
Once we make the video, what do we do? Just post it on YouTube or Facebook or something?
Oh yeah, it's it's kind of a social media campaign where you challenge people through Facebook, and typically they want to be seen, so they can post it on YouTube. But the way the last one worked was it was really a social media campaign where everybody challenged their friends through their Facebook friends. And
Right.
but I think that the videos, I'm not really totally positive how that thing gets across. I'm over half a century old. I don't keep
All right.
up with that kind of stuff.
Well, we are too, but we've done this before, so we'll take care of that. We'll try to make something get jump started as much as we can. Kevin, thank you for being on the air with us. I don't want to wrap it up yet, but I just think that the message is such an important message. Whenever you're trying to find a cure for something, it's always a mystery as to what exactly happens behind closed doors with the scientists. And you've been doing this for over a decade, right?
I have, and you know what can I say? Well, I've been involved in it up for over 2, but one of the important things that I would really love for people to know is that we have discovered the gene that causes the mutation, and we have designed a medication that reverses the symptoms in the laboratory. And now the girls in clinical trials, and they're having success with that.
Oh,
So
great.
the next step is a cure. I mean, it has to be. We're that close, and I really want to see that happen in my lifetime, so that I know that Courtney's life wasn't in vain.
Really? So when you raise money, does the money go to a specific laboratory?
Well, it specifically goes to the International Rett Syndrome Organization.
I gotcha. Okay.
And
okay.
basically what they're going to do is they're going to, anyone that purchases a book, hopefully what they'll do is they'll go pre-order the book now, because what we're doing is kind of like one of the Kickstarter programs, but we're doing it individually off of our own secure website.
Okay.
And that is there are packages, different levels of packages that you can support, but we're trying to pre-sell 5,000 copies of the book, and that'll give us the funding to have the book printed, and it's ready to go to print. And then with those 5,000 orders, that'll give us the ability to, and then we distribute those books, and that'll give us the ability to purchase the next 5,000 and go on a 50-state national tour, and then we'll just keep that going. But in the end, my guess is we'll end up with, if we're successful in the book is what people really want to enjoy, then we'll end up with a $4 or $5 million check to.
I think you got to go back. I think you got to go back to Kenny Rogers and get him to raise his hand a little bit higher.
Yeah.
I think he can do better than that. Look at that.
Yeah, he's. Is your song "A Tear for You" included in your new CD, Sold Out, live at Do-Si Do?
It is, but the version that you heard, I went and recorded it with Clint. Helped me produce the record, and it's a full production, and that version will be a free download with every book.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
wow,
that's kind of cool, huh?
There you go. That is very cool. All right,
Wow.
so let's make sure that the listeners can help out with this one. First of all, go to raisingahand.com. That's where you can pre-order the book. The money will go to the Rett. What was it again? The Rett. Oh, I wrote it down. I know I lost my notes.
International Rett Syndrome Organization.
Okay, all right, thank you. And of course, you can also do the Raising the Hand Challenge, where you either lip sync to a song, or I guess you could write your own song, sing your own song, or something of that nature. Just raise your hand at one point, make it short, 30 seconds or so, would you say, right?
I would say 30 seconds or less.
And challenge everybody else to do it, and help it. When you're raising a hand, you're also raising awareness of this very important cause, and gosh, eventually, maybe in our own lifetimes, we'll see a cure for something, like Rett syndrome. Kevin, thank you for being on the air with us today. That was really a touching song and a beautiful story and a wonderful thing you're doing.
Thank you for the time, and good morning, Gainesville, Florida.
Thank you.
Go Gators.
Support.
Thank you, Kevin. All right.
Y'all have a nice day.
We'll send you the video when we're done. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. The Kentucky County says she won't interfere, but also won't authorize any gay marriage licenses. Kim Davis returned to work this morning.
I have been required to do that which my conscience forbids. As a result, I have spent 6 days in jail because I could not abandon my faith.
Deputy clerks did issue licenses to gay couples in Davis's absence. Police say they have a suspect in custody in the fatal shooting of a Kentucky state trooper.
31-year-old Kentucky state trooper Joseph Ponder was killed after a routine traffic stop turns deadly while chasing down suspect Joseph Johnson Shanks.
Fox's Ainsley Earhart Ponder have been on the force for less than a year. New York officials say some people have been trying to scalp free tickets to the Pope's Central Park appearance later this month, some for thousands of dollars. The tickets were dispersed through a lottery system. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Meet Vince. Vince hurt himself mountain biking on Saturday.
Because weekend warrior.
Because noob.
Hey.
Vince is supposed to host an important presentation, but he's not going anywhere in that cast. What should he do?
Rhetorical question.
Vince should try GoToMeeting, the simple way to host meetings online, complete with video conferencing and screen sharing. Send out a meeting link and anyone can join from any computer, tablet, or smartphone. Just takes a click.
Where do I sign up?
Visit GoToMeeting.com to start your free 30-day trial. That's GoToMeeting.com.
Right now at the Home Depot, save 20% when you buy one or more pallets of in-stock GAF shingles. So, let's raise the roof and lower the cost with bulk pricing on top-of-the-line GAF shingles, including Timberline, America's favorite shingle. This is worth shouting from the rooftops. Let's do this. Save 20% on one or more pallets of in-stock GAF shingles at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through September 30th, U.S. only. See store for details.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship